Hey, welcome back. Today I have a lot of value to give you, so keep watching this video. I'm going to talk about why you need to stop switching your side hustles and why you need to stop switching businesses or business models. And this is something that I think when starting out, all of us do. We we try to do something for a few weeks, we see no results, and we switch back to the thing that we started a couple of months ago, and then we get this random new idea that we want to work on, and it just becomes a trap where you build a little bit of momentum working on your side hustle. It's called a side hustle because obviously you have a full-time job, which is your main source of income, and then you have a business that you're trying to start on the side, or you're a full-time student and then you're on the side trying to build a business. So when building a business on the side and trying to make money on the side, the momentum that you build takes a lot of time. So let's say you work on a business for a month. Over time, over that span of that month, let's say you work on it 5 times a week, you work 2 to 3 hours a day, and then you build that bit of momentum during that month by working 2 to 3 hours on it a day, right? And then you start building that momentum week after week after week for that full month, but then you switch to a different business because you didn't see results. But the only thing you're not seeing there is the momentum that you're building. Of course, you can't see the result because it's so new. But the momentum you're building, you cannot see it, right? So that's why I think so many people waste so much of the momentum that they build because they just randomly switch to a different thing. Instead of sticking to that thing, they spend so much time in and actually giving it a solid try. Let's say you're cold calling. You're cold calling for your AI automation business, trying to find leads and people who you can actually help, right? Let's say you start calling 20 businesses a day, and you keep doing this for a month, right? And by the end of the month, you have no customers. But the only thing you're not realizing is that during those 30 days, your sales skills have gone up so much that if you keep doing this for another month or two, your chances of getting a customer has gone up way more than when you first started. So this is something that people don't realize and they take it really lightly. But I think this was a really important learning for me when I started cold calling because, and it's not just about cold calling. Let's say you're doing something else and you build that momentum and you get so good at it, right? And then you switch to something else and you lose all that because you're doing something completely different. Most side hustles fail because of overquitting. Again, you build that momentum and then you don't see it because you're not seeing results, and you quit because you're not seeing results. Um, so I think being able to overcome the challenge, like that early challenge of not seeing results, but still putting in the work and building up that momentum slowly over time, will actually really help you to not quit early and actually push through. Because there's also something else you need to realize that if you want to be successful, you need to look at it this way. Let's say you're working on this thing for 30 days, a month, and you're not seeing results, and you're like ready to give up and go to the next thing, right? But the thing that you're not seeing is that so many other people were in the same spot and they actually stopped and gave up. But you, if you keep going, you're gonna surpass all those people and be the outcast, right? So I also had this idea in my mind that when I was first starting, where I had this like stupid idea of this is something like I would think to myself that this is something that anyone else can do and make money. Why am I so special um, to be the one that makes more money? Or like I would think that This is something that people who are way better than me and who have way more experience than me can make money in. Why me, the new guy who has no experience and is probably not as smart as them, can make money doing? So that's this little stupid idea I had in my mind. And I think when you think of it as, when you get to that point where like you want to quit and you think of it as, there are probably 99% of people competing with me right now at this moment that will quit after not seeing results for working this hard for this long. But me, if I keep going, I will overcome and beat all those people that are currently competing with me, but I cannot see physically, right? But there are a lot of people competing with you and doing the same thing that you're doing. And if you don't quit, you'll beat them. Because remember, no matter how smart people are, how much smarter people are than you, and how much more experience they have than you, if you put in the work, you can get to their level and even surpass them. So never have that limiting belief of, because I was guilty of this, never have the limiting belief that they're better than me because they have so much more experience than me, and they're so much more smarter than me, and they were born in a certain country and I was born in a, I was an immigrant, or I was this, I was that, and my English is not good, or this and that. I think those things can really bring down your ambition and the drive that you have. Um, so if you think of it in that framework, it makes it much more easy to push through and not quit. So use this three-step filter when you're trying to push through. Is it something that's sellable today? Is there no upfront cost? And is it something repeatable that you can sell weekly? When you're trying to sell your service or product, you need to think of it as how much money you're putting in upfront. Like, how much investment are you making in this, and how much money you're risking? And is this something that people actually want when you're trying to sell? And is this something that those people are going to come back to buy repeatedly? Or is it something that they buy one time and you never see them again, right? So I think if you follow this three-step formula and you check all those boxes, your chances of um, building up your business and building that momentum and slowly start to get customers is way higher compared to if you're selling something that you need a lot of upfront investment, um, and it's something that you sell one time and those customers never really come back, or they come back after a year, and it's not something that you can sell right now. So if you don't check these boxes, I think it's important to go back, and because this is a business you're starting from scratch and you probably don't have a lot of money to invest in. So if you don't check all these boxes, I would reconsider the business you're in. And this is one of the probably most important things when you're starting your business. Is your business something that is flashy and it's enticing to you, and it's something that like pulls you towards doing, or is it something that actually helps people? The flashy side hustles could be things like day trading. When you see these people making money online, when you see people posting their um, day trading wins, and you see people online um, talking about their trades and how much money they make, it's really enticing, and it's like, for people who have a little bit of experience, it's something that a little bit of experience trading, it's something that they might lean towards. But at the end of the day, we know that no matter how much of a good trading coach you are, it's a really hard thing to, it's a really hard career to be successful in, and like 99% of people lose money trading. So is day trading something that can actually help people? or this is something that you are trying to do just to make money because it sells easily, right? So flashy side hustles and reliable solutions for businesses, like actual help that you can do for businesses. In my opinion, the second way, it can be hard in the beginning because you need to build up that momentum and try to build a reputation for yourself, and it takes a lot of work. But at the end, this will pay you way more than this. This will probably damage your reputation and image. Maybe in the beginning you can make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, when you're doing this long term, because this business, we're not trying to do just for a month or two just to make quick money, right? This is something we're trying to build for like the for our entire life. Like this is something that we want to put all our energy and focus in. So I think thinking about it like long term, it makes more sense to uh, build a business that actually helps people. It provides a solution to a problem than day trading, right? And then committing to your side hustle. I see so many people. I have so many friends that talk about something they want to start with, and they do it for a day, a week, a few weeks, and then they stop. I think it's important to, when you start a business, at least give it 30 days just to see if this is something actually you want to do. And then after that, once you put in those 30 days and you journal and see, oh, this is something I can do, and then you build like a future plan for it, like a vision, um, then you can start putting in more work towards it. And that's where the 30 days is not enough, right? That's where like those um, long years of hard work come in, and then you basically build a plan for multiple years and have like a long-term vision of this thing that you want to do. But before you even do that, you need to at least put in those 30 days to make sure that this is something that you want to do. um, and then again, when you decide on a business that you want to do, for example, you want to sell AI automations for local businesses. Let's say you want to do that. I want you to focus only on that for 30 days at least. You do not want to be distracted by this new business model you found on Instagram, or this new flashy thing you saw on YouTube, and you're like, this thing I'm working on right now is good, but this new flashy thing that I saw online, I think I can sell way easier. This is where your monkey brain comes in, right? Because your monkey brain always sees the flashy, the easy thing, the easy source of dopamine, and wants to go there. But if you actually control your emotions and you control your thoughts, you can ignore all those flashy things and focus on the thing that actually matters. Because if this doesn't work, you can go back to those and try those out, right? But right now we're focusing on one thing for at least 30 days. And then after 30 days is over, we make a decision, are we going to move forward with this or not? And then that's where you decide if you want to move forward on, or try to this new flashy thing. Your next step towards success. So once you decide what you want to do for the next 30 days, of course, whatever business you have, you probably need to do some sort of outreach. And the outreach that I use for Instagram and email marketing, I have it in a PDF. I can share with you so that it can help you start um, outreaching and see what works for me. Maybe change it to your own business. So in this PDF, I have blank boxes where you can just swap the script to your business and to your audience. So uh, you can just take my exact script for cold outreach, modify it to your business, and start testing it out. Um, if you want my cold outreach script, go to the description or my bio. There's a Google Forms. Put in your email, and it'll automatically send you the PDF for the cold outreach script I used to get my first client after doing it for 3 weeks. So I hope this video helps. I hope you actually consider the things that I talked about, and I know building your business and building your side hustle when you have so many other things on your shoulder can be hard, but I think it's important to to realize that there are people who are willing to put in 10 times, if not 100 times more work than you. And that should always be in your mind. When you're trying to give up, you should think that this other guy in India is not going to give up and he's going to put in 1,000 times more work than me because he's more hungry than me, right? And I am here having a way more comfortable life than him and not trying. So, like, have that in your mind, and I think that's a really like a big motivator to push you towards building that ambition and courage to actually pursue something. So, if you need the outreach script, go to my bio or description. And I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, put it in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.